Yes, it's me, Livi, and welcome back everyone to my channel. And today, this is my journaling evolution video. I would like to incorporate journaling or like notebooks and stationery into my channel because I really love those. I don't know why. Mostly notebooks, which are technically not too stationary like pens and all that, but whatever. I just really love them. So I brought to you my journaling evolution throughout the years and my experiences that what might could be like the key to actually keep up with journaling. So stay tuned for the end for the conclusion, and I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Okay, so starting off in 2018/2019, I wasn't taking journaling seriously. I just did it as a hobby, and as you can see, I have a lock on this one, but only this one. It's DIY thing, but yeah, so that's why it's kind of coming off because I just took this on from another journal. But yeah, this is very personal. I don't think I wanna like flip through it or something. This is how it looks like. I'm gonna blur it out, even though you guys cannot understand it unless you speak Hungarian. But I use my mother language to write the entries over here. I think throughout the whole thing, but I'm not quite sure. Maybe I use some English here and there, but yeah, it's super cringy. It's really personal, so I don't really want to show any other pages from this. Next one is the same size, like B6 size, I think so. These are smaller journals, but yeah, again, it's very private, so I don't really want to show anything. But it's like a junk journal. It has pictures, it has doodles, it has everything that I was going through, basically. I would put a locker over here or something, or a lock over here, but that was my only one with the previous journals, so yeah, this is kind of weird, but yeah. The cover is pretty at least, but the inside is not. It also has some mostly dream logs, and like I was losing someone while I was in this journal, so basically it's about progressing that too. We are right in 2020, so of course I have a lot of pandemic stuff over here. I wasn't taking journals too seriously as well, as this is also a planner, so just keep that in mind. There are some like notes pages in these planners, and I was kind of journaling over there. There are some stuff that I put in, some mood trackers. I still use Hungarian as a language, and yeah, it was around the time when I started to actually using planner, but also started to journaling. So this is like a 2-in-1 thing basically. And yeah, it was still containing some pain from what happened in 2019. So yeah, this is why July is like that. I did some doodles, as you can see. Among Us was speaking at the moment, I guess. Around here, I have some more journaling pages. And yes, in November, I also used it as like planning for school and like online classes and all that. So this looks cool. I see you Hungarian over here, which is weird. And December is empty over here because around November, I wasn't sure if I want to continue this whole journaling and like planners thing, but I did. I naturally love planners and notebooks, so I don't know what I was thinking. But yeah, that's why it's December is empty, so that's okay too if you don't finish a journal. Now moving on to 2021, which is basically junk journaling. Also it's 2022, and over here it's kind of messy. It's really messy. So I had this journal, which is like a Fujo, which is like a bullet journal pages. Like I bought this with the previous like planner because this was like a pair design, and that's where I got it. And I really wanted to get into bullet journaling back then too. So yeah, but I also have this Descendants journal, which I wish I just kept it as it is. But whatever, it has so many things in my life in it. It's really huge. And I think it's from 2021 to around 2023. Yeah, so it's 3 years over here. But meanwhile, I was journaling over here. I also did some like junk journaling over here, if that makes sense. And on top of that, in 2022, I know we're not there, but I also backlogged some memories from 2026 or previously in this little journal that I had. It's also a planner, but it's mostly empty. I just use it as like playing as a teacher. So yeah, even though I never meant to be a teacher, but yeah, I just like to act as I'm a teacher, you know. and yeah, this is why. And I put this Monster High sticker on top of it to make it pop and more like me. So this is about that. This was in 2022, but I just wanted to show it. This has everything. This is so messy. Not too many like actual like journaling pages, like writing down my thoughts or my day. Oh, this is actually really cool. I mostly have here, this was also my like camp not planner but journal. So I put here every single thing from my experiences and what we did in this camp for a week. But yeah, other than that, it's just like really messy random pages here and there. Doesn't make any sense. Also, I have some like this actual bullet journal pages to try it out, but as you can see, it wasn't really going well. Oh, and I also bought this journal with me when the second time when I went to the same camp that I did in 2021. So this is 2022 version, and yeah, I was doing some doodles when we were just like bored or something, so that's interesting. It's fun. And also I designed here some things that we designed over, we had a project and I draw the designs over here. So yeah. And also my friends, or one of my friends, wrote some name ideas over here. That's cool. Of course, I also backlogged what happened in the camp. Actually, the second time that I went over here, it was so much better because some of the people that were in the previous camp too that I could not really talk with was over here as well. So I appeared for a second year and I actually could talk with more people. So that's really fun. And I do enjoy the second one more. I don't know why. They had a pool. Maybe that's why. I really love that pool. And also some like school travels and all that. So yeah. And of course I did some actually like junk journaling part. So that's that. Now, because we're actually like jumping through 2 years, I guess, with that. So like I mentioned, I wrote this and the previous one like tandem. So it's kind of weird. This is weird, but there's my spell book, like that's a Descendants book, and I kind of wanted to make that into this one. Don't ask why, but yeah. So that happened too. So around the beginning, it also has like this Descendants stuff. I don't know why. Here, I'm gonna blur it out as always, but yeah, I started to actually journal, which is weird. Like, actually, okay, not too much, but actually started to journal and all that. Okay, I'm showing this page. There are so many things about a specific person over here, and I don't want to show that to the internet. No, but yeah, so this is like a dividing between 2021 and 2022. This is 2022. I made sure that it is because I wrote like that huge like cover page. I do not wrote like any like date over here, just the month and the day, no like year date. So yeah. And yeah, it's colorful, it's like simpler because yeah, I just started this like a few years like previously, yeah, in 2021. So it seems it's really messy. Like it's part Hungarian, part like English. It's so all over the place. And this is around the end of the year, so I got into more and more like you can see it. I don't want to show most part of it because it's really personal, but you can see throughout my journal that throughout the years, like it's getting more and more, and I wrote more and more each year or even a day. From here, this is December 27, and like I wrote like 3 pages, which I never did before. Oh yeah, and around 2022, I found Carrie Walker's channel, and she's all about journaling, so that kind of inspired me to like actually journal, which is crazy. So yeah, in 2023, because apparently I did not like a whole cover page for 2023. So I started to do some journaling prompts and all that. So yeah, I actually did one of Carrie's like journaling prompts video that I journaled like for a month for each day. So yeah. So it's more colorful because I wrote the questions on top. Mostly like something like cheerfully or something. And this is where I actually started to journal in English. So yeah, it's really colorful. I really love it. Around the end it turned out quite well. Oh my goodness, it's falling apart. No. No. Oh. Wish I kept it as it is, honestly. Because like, this is a Descendants something. Like, this is a merch. And I use this as my journal. I would buy a second one if this would be still on shelves, honestly. But yeah, at least I have this. Moving forward in 2023, because in the previous one I only did like January and February, I think. But yeah, with this one, in this Monster High one, this is just like a notebook that I customized. So yeah, in this I continue still with like the journal prompts. And yeah, I started to make it more like my kind of journal without like using the journaling prompts from somewhere else. So there's that. I filled up like 5 journals, well, kind of 6, in 2023. So it's all the same, I think. Yeah. And I started to stock in some things that I got, and even some packaging stuff over here, as you can see. I also put here this thing here. I also designed an outfit for me for like a graduation party or something that we had in high school. So yeah, this was like a dress that I actually had, but I don't know. Recently it's just like not my style and all that, so I don't know what happened with the dress. I know I give it to my mom and maybe she sold it or give it to someone. I don't know. But yeah, so this is 2023 look for me. I also did a bond for myself. And honestly, I don't think I kept with like the whole daily journaling part because it still doesn't feel like me. But yeah, especially then it doesn't feel like me. Okay, I'm not going too many details into this one because I know there are some shit over here that I was going through. But there's some things like this that I draw and some motivation. Pages like this that I had some extras for some kind of reason. Like I had this somewhere and I just stuck it over here. And there's this page. This is so cute, I think. Also, fun fact about this journal is that actually at the beginning of the journal I used it for like YouTube planning and all that, but I kind of give up on that. And this is what I want to show you guys because I'm really proud of this one. Like it's Chelsea from Fish Hooks. I just love how it turned out. I tried to recreate this in my like sketchbook, but I think this one looks so much better than the one I recreated. So I definitely want to show that. And over here I'm still going through some pain, I think. So yeah. And I still put some things in it, but around the end, yeah, I tried to like journal like black and white. I also did some junk journaling over here too because this was like a spiral notebook again. And yeah, there are some pretty messy ones, as you can see. These are all of my 2024 journals. As you can see, I filled the 5 again. First one is just like the same as the previous one, so I'm not going detail into this. Yeah, it's really same. But in this, I actually bought this when I was in like my dorm and I filling it up this in the dormitory and I had no extra journal with me. So I went for shopping for a journal and this is what I found. So it's like a Van Gogh something inspired notebook. And in this, I actually started to black and white journal. So it's more simpler. As you can see, it's just black and white basically. Maybe some color to highlight things, but that's it. And around the end, I realized this is not me, that's just black and white. So I started to stock some things in it again. Goodness, this is the journal where I went to the BTR concert for the first time ever. Bitch. Okay, that's the one thing that I love this about. I love about this journal. Oh my goodness, I can speak. Oh yeah, that was this one when I wasn't quite sure about the size of the picture, like how I should print it on this photo paper. So Kendall kind of left out and I take his place. that's weird. So in these ones I kind of went back how everything was, and as you can see with this one it's massive because I stuck a lot of things in it. That's why I started this one as like junk journal or whatever this is called journal, and I kind of use it as my personal journal because I wasn't really doing the junk journal thing as like a separate journal anymore. I started to write with my gel pens again, which is more colorful. And yes, use stickers that they give with this journal. And again, I use some things to stuck in. Same with this. the funny thing about this journal is actually it's a gratitude journal. So I kind of did a gratitude part at the beginning in this part, and this is like the actual journal part of the journal. So yeah. This is how it looks like. Some things like this. These are like so much more fun and so much more like me. We finally arrived to 2025, which is a lot. So this is my current journal, that's why it's separate. So I almost finished with it, honestly, like somewhere over here, like this is how much left, basically. I don't like this soft cover. Like I use so many like hard covers and I just don't like this one. So yeah, I'm happy to start a hardcover one again. But yeah, so with the first one, I think it's the same as like 2024, and also around the last 2024 one, I actually used it for a few months of 2025. But yeah, so this is good. This is the bad journal. And it's a bad journal because I was going through a lot of shit and like realizing some things, and like I thought I'm losing someone that I thankfully he's still in my life, thankfully. So yeah, I don't want to like go any detail to it. I don't like to like this journal is like half empty because of that. Like the rest part is empty of it because like the negative thoughts and like thinking and all that also the all the energies that goes into like this one, I just don't like to touch it, first of all. So I don't know why I'm touching it, but yeah, so I was like, I don't want to continue this with like all of these energies that went into this one. So I started a new one, which is basically about me. But yeah, so I realized some things in it. This was good for that. I wish it wasn't. I wish I used another journal that's not a pushing one, because I love pushing, and yeah. But yeah, I only filled up this part of the journal where the bookmark is. So yeah. Yikes. And this is the Focusing on Me journal, as you can see. Very interesting that I choose this one. And because what happened in this journal, I just kind of started this one as something. But like over here, like as you can see, this is my journal entry. Yeah, I wasn't really wanted to journal anymore. So like I wrote some notes in it, so like something to fill it up. And then over here somewhere, like I skipped a month, and in June, like I skipped days as well. But like I skipped a month and I started to journal again. Like around the end of July, I started to journal again. And like differently, because mostly in the previous journals since 2023, okay, around 2022 and maybe at the beginning was 2023, it was mostly about working through like grief and all that. So it was more like mental stuff. But after that, I just started to focus on the present, which is good, but mostly about my day, and I wrote about my day. But over here, I still started to talk about my day and what's going on in my life, but like mostly processing. Like I use it as like a therapy journal as well. And I also started to do like these pages what I like. I just see it, I saw some inspo on Pinterest and kind of recreated those. And yeah, and some titles at the beginning. So this started to feel like me, and I love it. And I also did this doodle journal when I was watching Scooby-Doo, so that's really cool. Like this part. Some affirmations over here. I just love how this turned. Oh, that's a specific person. And I started to doodle again. So this one is like feels so much me, and I still continue that in this one. So there's nothing special about it. It's kind of similar. Yeah. Don't ask about this cat. And I also started to doing some wish list as well. So yes, this is it. So overall, in my experience of like 3 years of journaling, I think And as a girl who just started like journaling as a hobby or just doing it because I love notebooks since I in my whole life basically. So I would say you don't have to journal every single day if you don't feel like it. Like that's one thing that I realized because there was a phase when I wanted to like daily journal and actually keep up with it, but honestly I realized that's not really suits me and my needs because there are so many days when I'm just like I don't feel like journaling, I don't want to journal, I just want to go to bed and sleep, and that's okay. Like I usually do this a lot of time when I don't journal a certain day, but the most memorable and fun part, I usually journal it on the next day that this happened last yesterday and so on. The key is basically to stay consistent. So like I mentioned, I skip days, but not like a few a whole month, but a few days or just like one day between journal entries. That's totally okay if you would like to like reflect it on the next day when you have more energy and you feel like it, you want to actually journal. That's totally fine too, but the key is to stay consistent and not giving it up after like a few entries and like skipping a month or a year or 2 months maybe. And I don't know if anyone ever mentioned this, but it's kind of like your mind represented on paper. So it has to feel like yours and like your thoughts and like your feelings or like your mind represented on these papers. So for me, I do doodles. I stuck so many random things in it, like even just receipts on some papers. Like that's so me, and I really love have it has some kind of organization like the pages and the entries, but also has like these doodles and randomness to it. That just feels like so me, so I keep doing that and realize that's what I like to do in it. And also some junk journaling part, even though I'm not junk journaling every single day, but there are some entries when I like to do like this kind of junk journal entry with some things that I already have. And also I did not show this when I gone through all of my journals one by one basically, but I also do some scribble pages. Let me show you. This is what I mean. It's just like scribble on paper. I usually do this when I have a lot going on in my life, and recently I use it as like a therapy journal as well. But when a lot of things are in my mind, I just like instead of writing every single thing down, just to calm my mind, or before I go to sleep and I feel like I have so many things in my mind, I just like scribble like on the whole page. And that's what it is, and this is totally fine. I actually really love to do it because it's just like, I don't know, calms my mind, even though like I not really wrote down everything, or I don't feel like I should write everything down that I feel, or I forget everything by the time I'm finished writing everything down. So yeah, this is totally fine. Also, you can take a step ahead and like do some art out of these scribbles. But yeah, and like I mentioned, I also use it as a therapy journal because I don't know, but I know from my personal experience that I'm not willing to open to someone else that much about my life, and the journal is basically that, because you can like write down everything that you feel like and no one's gonna judge you and all that. Therapy is really good. So if you need it, just go please. But yeah, it's an alternative for that if you like me and don't feel like you're gonna really really open up about your life to someone else, because I know from myself that I just I don't know why, but I just can't. But this is all for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps out the channel a lot. But I'll see you guys in my next video. I love you all. Peace.